Hello, welcome to another episode of Hoksey Native Seeds podcast. I am replacing Nick today, and we have a very special guest, actually, Nick Lirio, everybody.
Get the hell out of my chair. Thanks for that, Payton. Hey, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. Welcome to the Prairie Farm Podcast, where we talk all things prairie, all things farm, and 100% conservation. We are presented by Hoksey Native Seeds, mostly because Hoksey Native Seeds bought all this stuff for us. So I have Payton joining us today. Payton, welcome.
Howdy, how's it going? Kent, obviously, you said it's out bear hunting.
Bear hunting.
How do you hunt a bear?
Brother, barehanded. Kent hunts bears barehanded.
That would be insane.
He literally puts bear claws on his hands and hunts them.
For real, though, do you have to get like a bigger caliber bullet or a big gauge of caliber? What do you even hunt? Like a shotgun, a rifle? What do you hunt it with?
No, he's got a big old sniper. They hike to the top of a mountain. I think. Let me move this over here. See if I reach. Ooh, that's fun. I like this. He hikes to the top of a mountain, and then you just you're not allowed to use like any sort of scent or attract them. You're not allowed to bait them. So you just watch for bears and you shoot them from like 200 yards, which is crazy. That's like military caliber.
It's kind of lame. You know, I think if you really want to go and kill something that fearsome, you should do it close range. Like, you got to be inside 50 to claim that. Otherwise, you're just shooting a target, you know?
Yeah, that's fair. Man, imagine if you shot the bear and the bear, figured out that you shot him and he just starts chasing you down. And so you don't have to outrun the bear fully. You just have to outrun him until he dies.
You got to outrun your guide, basically.
You're probably not going to outrun your guide.
You won't.
All right. Well, anyway, enough about bear hunting. We don't know anything about bear hunting. We are not experts. I've been hunting. I go hunting. It's cool. I'd much rather go fishing, but hunting just hasn't been my forte. You know what is our forte? Prairie grass.
Your forte.
Yeah, my forte is my forte. But prairie grass. And about a year. Payton, how long have you been with us?
Just over a year, actually.
About a year ago, Payton joined us.
On my birthday, so.
Did you really?
Close to it.
Oh, man. Well, when you moved here, what were you doing beforehand?
I was actually working for a solar company up in Rochester, Minnesota. Still have their goods.
Could have worn our hat. Could have worn anyone's hat.
It's a nice hat. But yeah, I was a construction manager for a solar company in Minnesota, which is kind of conservation in the same way that the government will pay the customer to pay you to do good things for the environment. So similar, but also completely different. And what I do here is more of the inventory, and I try to find creative ways for Hoksey to make money by selling the same seed.
Okay, be real with me. You've been in 2 industries in a row funded by the government. Not a big deal. Not worried about it. But taxpayers are paying for those things. Do you think that in solar, well, let me make you pick. Between solar and conservation of natural resources, if the government had to pick one, what do you think is better in terms of longevity of the nation and better for communities and stuff? Be honest.
I have no idea. None. No, not a clue. Because solar, it's nice because you're not using fossil fuels is probably the main source of energy now. And then prairie, you're not destroying as much land as you would if you were farming it. So I probably know less about how prairie can save the environment, but obviously it's not bad to have something planted and to have a natural habitat planted. But I also know it's very good to have a bunch of solar panels producing energy from an unlimited resource, which is a freaking star in space. So you pick one and I just go with it, I guess.
Yeah. Man, I think so. When Payton got here, Payton saved my life because I was doing customer relation management, CRM, making sure all of our customers got what they needed. I was doing all of our marketing. Anytime anyone was calling on the phone, I was answering the phone. And then we didn't have any system for inventory for a while. For a while, it was just my dad's brain was our inventory. And he'd be like, yeah, I'm pretty sure we got like 58 pounds of that in a bag somewhere in the back. And he was almost always right. But we started producing too much and his brain couldn't keep up. And so Payton saved my life. And he now has his favorite job, which is keeping track of inventory on for Native Seeds. What in the world? What's that like?
So my brain, it couldn't inventory a bag of Cheerios. So I have to use the computer, which I don't know if you guys have used the computer, and you guys is a broad sense. Those things suck if you're trying to do something you don't know how to do. So I've taught myself how to use like Access as a resource and some other resources on the computer. But a lot of it is just making sure you have enough inventory to keep up with Nick and his salesmanship capabilities for the year.
It's not irregular for me to go to Payton or text him and be like, yeah, so I sold some extra acres today. And Payton will look at me like, where are you going to get those acres, Nicolas? Like, we'll figure it out, right? We'll just figure it out. What's that like? What's it like on the other end of that?
It's frustrating. It happens once a week. Too.
Oh, man. I would love to say we're fantastic at our job, but we just get it done. We get the job done. I don't know what else to say there. So Payton also last year helped us plant. We had an absurd amount of acres we had to plant for other people. I think it was like 3,800 acres or something. And our cedars are 10.5-foot cedars. So it was me and Payton and Dad and another guy named Caleb. Just the four of us planting like mad. And I don't think, had you ever driven a tractor before?
No, I haven't. Well, like, for fun, my dad's got a little Alice Chalmer Model G, which is like from the Cold War era. So that doesn't count compared to the Kubotas and the bigger stuff we have here.
Oh, be careful when you're tapping around here.
I think doing it so matter. Often. I
think this part is not good, but down here I think doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, I have to like fidget. It's bad. Tractors. I have not driven many tractors before. So I got put out in the field with a piece of equipment that I was not used to and a big planter behind me. And I think I won an award for the most damage caused by one employee at a single time.
Dude, I'm going to post a picture of this thing right now because it looked like a pretzel. It's
right here. It's above me. It was in half. I don't know how you split a giant chunk of metal in half like that, but I found a way. I thought I was going to get fired. Yeah, I thought I was going to get fired after like 3 months on the job because I was put in a tractor and went through like a forest worth of trees that I was supposed to plant CRP in.
Oh man, that is the worst. So they have CRP fields and they're not supposed to let trees grow in. And I get trees are pretty natural and birds bring them in and stuff. And so I get it. We're happy to go around trees, but people will go and they'll mow them.
We're not happy to go around trees. We are not.
You don't want to go around trees?
No, it's a tree. I can't plant CRP in the tree.
But so listen, if there's a tree there, I'll go around it. But if it's just 4 inches out of the ground and you can barely see it because it's brown and the ground's brown and it's only like 2 inches around, well, then I run over it. Well, it could puncture a tire or something or ruin a harrow, and I don't know. But honestly, that's not. I really like planting. Just sit there, you listen to your podcasts or whatever. Yeah, Payton, tell me what is the worst part about this job?
You, 100%. No, I actually don't mind the job. It's just the worst part is how slow I think we got in the summer. Well, not the summer, this winter.
Yeah, that was
and
slow.
Either you have the phone ringing or you're kind of twiddling your thumbs or trying to find something to do just to try to improve something. Yeah. And there's only so much you can improve or learn. Well, that's not true. There's a lot there's only so much you want to improve or learn. And sometimes you just want to do things. Yeah. So the seasons are kind of difficult for me, at least, because you can tell with my hands, because they got to be active. The rest of me has to be active as well. So
we find so right now really busy. May, June, really busy. No end of October through the 1st of December is usually pretty busy. And we've got other things going on. We've got seed cleaning, we've got things like that. But January and February and the first half of March this year, and it wasn't a super busy year. It was just a barely under average year, and that was brutal. That was hard to stomach. And actually, I ended up going to part-time and flipping my house with my wife, which was really nice. But Payton just sat, drank
some caffeine, and just got some stuff done.
You know, those things are gonna kill you one day, right?
I'll kill them. No, we could have probably done more content and stuff this winter.
Yeah.
Especially like this property we're on is so beautiful in general, and there's so much old crap on it. And by crap, I mean old combines, old cars and stuff. Where it would be a gold mine, just an absolute gold mine for content for a lot of things. So that's something we probably should do.
Yeah, that's my job. Is my B. Dude, speaking of old, so a lot of our customers are farmers who are retiring, you know, getting a little older. They want to do less acres, don't exactly have the drive to do everything they did. Well, sometimes they're not older. They're old. And now there's a couple sides to it. One, props for being this healthy this long. That's great. But some of them are 90. We had a guy come in today. He was what, 86?
He was 86. There's some people out there we'll hook up our seeders, which is a beautiful piece of equipment. It's pretty easy to use. I worry about it coming back. Not because they can't drive, but because they won't make it back. They're not going to make it till next week. There's some real old folks putting their ground in CRP.
Dude, so normally Payton and I we charge an upfront cost, like a deposit if you're wanting to book out seed. We charge a deposit. Well, there's some people, usually if they're older, I just want to pay it all, get it out of the way. Okay, that's fine. Well, if they're really, really old, Payton and I will be like, actually just pay a deposit, because just in case you don't make it to next spring. Now, I'm not trying to be insensitive to older people. I think it's amazing that you've been kicking as long as you have. That's incredible. But yeah, it's amazing.
Let me know, Nick won't approve of this, but I'll do it. If the oldest person listening to our podcast, comment, and we'll send you a free little backyard pollinator mix on us.
With free and a hat. We'll send you a hat. Oldest person to comment and claim the oldest age and verify it.
We'll figure it out.
We're not good at giving stuff away.
No, we'll give away something. Someone we'll contact you if we think you're of the ripe age to get a hat and do some free advertising for us.
Brother, what's the biggest mistake you think you made
here?
While you've been here? Yeah.
Most expensive mistake?
Sure.
The Haro going.
That's fair. What's another one?
I think I was probably here for like 2 months, and I ordered like $3,000 worth of Western Yarrow that we didn't need.
That we already had.
And we are still trying to get rid of that yarrow. So don't leave here without some yarrow.
We started calling Western Yarrow our good friend. Put some of our good friend in that mix. Good friend Western Yarrow. Man. Okay, what do you think's the crowning achievement of yourself being here?
I walked in here and I think we had Carol's brain as our inventory system. And now we have a computer program that I have been working on for the past 6 months that is held together by electronic paper clips, keeping our inventory. So if that fails, I don't know what we'll do, but I could also leave, and I don't think Nick can upkeep it either.
Me not wanting to learn how to do inventory is Payton's job security.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's sticking around. We're keeping him. Man.
Other than that, I think I save us quite a bit of money every year trying to max out what we grow in our mixes too. So it makes for a really pretty mix, and because Carol likes to grow very pretty wildflowers. I think very good looking wildflowers.
That's true. That's true, guys. If you want a good mix, you need to thank Payton, because Payton defends you every year. We've got a guy that does finances, and people that are keeping finances in mind. They're just switchgrass and black-eyed Susan all day, as much as you can in the mix. And Payton's the one that says, no, we should probably look at the coefficiency number and how long this mix is going to last and how good it is. And so he fights for you. He fights for a good mix for you. And that's why on some mixes, when other people have like, I don't know, 12 species. What do we have? We had like 34 species in our mixes this year.
We had 29 species in our CP25. But that's only because I just want to make sure that we can get people to take as much money back from the government as possible. No, if they're going to pay you, you might as well get that money from them. Take advantage. Grab it all.
We call it the Hoksey blessing. You get good seed and more money back.
Yeah.
I guess.
It's a gift. Well, that's not true. We're cheaper than everyone else out there, and we have better seed. So it's a matter of getting a decent amount of money for some primo mixes.
I'm not gonna lie, this is not a PC podcast. I don't know. I'm not gonna edit much of it out, but we'll see if there's any backlash going on with the people. People, let us know if there's backlash. It's funny. Anything else?
I'm just trying to make sure this is the last time I'm ever on the podcast. Is there anything you want to talk about?
Man,
what do you do? What do you do here?
Not a lot. What do? I do marketing. I do customer relations. So I try to be the person to answer the phone because it's either me or Payton. No, he does a great job. I like to deal with the customers. I do marketing. I do sales. Payton and I share bids. We do larger bids together. We'll work on
just
that.
because I'm lazy and I don't want to do them.
Lazy and doesn't want to do it. I do a lot of drop shipping. So sometimes people order stuff that we don't have. Like we'll have someone order something from Ohio and we're like, we don't really have that. So we'll just get it from somewhere else. And we tend to get cheaper rates. Let's say there's a company in Ohio that is going to sell you something at 120. Well, they'll sell it to us for 90 because we've got that B2B relationship, and then we'll just sell it to you for 120. So we don't end up actually selling it to you for more, but we do. But then we end up becoming a middleman for them, and then you get what you want, and you get to deal with us, and we're awesome, and you don't have to deal with like having a robot answer the phone and stuff like that. So that's what I do. I make sure people like talking to us.
Yeah. And
sometimes I fail.
What is your background in though? Like where does your business experience originate to be a spokesperson, and probably you're the marketing guy, and you do a lot with the actual retail end with the customers as well that I can't handle / try to avoid.
Similar.
Because I don't like people. Yeah. Where does that come from then?
Man.
Where does that experience come from?
That's a really good question. Man, I didn't know I was getting interviewed today. I went to Bible college and got my education in Bible and counseling. But I worked for a marketing firm called the Branding Group, which was awesome, an awesome time. And then I just have friends, and we like to talk about that stuff. We like talking about marketing. We like talking about sales. We like talking about how to treat our customers well and stuff like that. Yeah. And I mean, in Iowa, everyone starts a business. So that's what you talk about in Iowa. You talk about starting a business. My brother's dating this girl from Tennessee. And when she was visiting out here in Iowa, she's like, I'm convinced everybody that lives in Iowa has to start a business or you get deported to Texas. And so our good friend Payton has started a business. Tell us about your business, Payton.
I'm actually the only person in Iowa who has not started a business. So if anyone has any business ideas that I can piggyback off of, that'd be great. Let me know.
He started businesses. They just failed. For a while, he was trying to sell pig hooves as necklaces, and it did not work. Nobody wanted those.
Why? You can actually see my desk in the background. If Nick's gonna switch
to my desk. Yeah. This is Payton's desk. This is where the magic happens.
You can see like 4 energy drink. I'm not kidding. I see 4 from where I'm at. On that desk. That is the cleanest that desk has ever been.
That is true. That is true. They He collects energy drinks. You should check him out. He rates an energy drink every single day.
Are we doing this one now?
Let's do it. Rate the energy drink.
This is a chaotic juice monster, energy juice, which that just makes sense because there's a crap ton of caffeine in here. Some glucose, some taurine. It tastes. It's just so bad.
So this dude worked for Phil Ebert, the legend. Ebert Legends. What was that like?
I worked there when I was 14, when I didn't realize you could make more than $8 an hour doing something. So believe in yourself as a 14-year-old. That's what I'd have to say to all the 14-year-olds listening out there. Wide audience, I guess. 14 and 86-year-olds. But yeah, I worked out there just filling up barrels of honey, and I worked with someone who was allergic to bees. So every day, as a 14-year-old, I found out that you can actually fear for someone else's life. But yeah, he was real allergic to bees. Had to have an EpiPen on him. It didn't get stung once, but he'd always like stick his hands in the honey and stuff and swim it around. And I was like, this guy's gonna get stung, and then I'm gonna get fired.
You go to jail. They're like, man, there was not only bee stings, there was poison and alcohol in this. What happened?
So
and then they bring you to jail.
I'm not kidding, because you'd open up these hives to put them in the honey, and the method to get the bees off that didn't get smoked out was to vacuum them off in the shop vac. So every once in a while, you'd have to go outside and empty the shop vac, and what's in the shop vac?
Bees.
Thank you, Nick Cage.
Bees. Man. So we actually used to do bees here, and then we started hiring Ebert to take care of our bees because we found out it's not cost effective. Although for a while we had a bunch of honey, and we would send that honey to our customers and stuff as a little thank you. But now we just do Casey's gift cards.
Yeah, that and hats.
That and hats.
Yeah,
man, I'm telling you, the Hoksey Native Seed hats, they're good.
They are almost as good as the hat I'm wearing right now.
Yeah, second only to Payton's last job.
Yes,
which is kind of a metaphor for his life, but
I don't get the metaphor. Bees.
My main goal with having Payton on here, the reason I wanted to, I just wanted to let you guys in a little behind the scenes. We are professional, and we get things done professionally, but we have a lot of fun, and we don't take ourselves too seriously. So
if you're listening to this podcast, it's probably in the middle of the slowest season we've ever had, which I don't know when that will be, but it's because Nick literally could not find someone else to sit in this chair. So he had to turn to me and say, hey, Payton, can you roll your chair over here, sit in it, say some stupid things, and then we can shut the cameras off.
Well, I thought about having like a really official like interview or whatever, but I also wanted the real Payton, because real Payton's fun, and interviewing Payton talks about the Colts.
Do you want me to talk about like solar energy while I'm on here? The Colts,
No.
Matt Ryan, Matty Ice, throwing dimes.
We'll see.
Alex Pierce.
We'll see how they do this year. I don't know. I'm not convinced. All right. Thanks so much for joining us on the Prairie Farm Podcast presented by Hoksey Native Seeds. We were joined today by Payton Scandridge, the guy who does the magic that gets you your seed. Kent will be back next time, but until then, have a good one and keep on prairieing.